Welcome back, friends. We got another good one for you today. This is a round with my training partner, Dylan. Dylan is a super tough purple belt, and I'm really excited to show you guys this round. The round starts with the laziest guard pull you guys have ever seen. I make a grip on the collar, and I slowly sit down. From here, I look to enter into my reverse de la Hiva, and I'm trying to get under him looking for a back take. Dylan is trying to prevent me from going to his back, so he brings his leg down for a second, and I have to bring it all the way over my head. With his leg extended, I see the opportunity to bridge my hips and come all the way on top. If anyone knows the name of this sweep, please drop it down below because I don't think I've ever seen it before. I end up on top in Dylan's half guard. I make a grip on his top pant leg and I'm looking to start to enter into a long step pass. But he's controlling my sleeve, which is making it really difficult to make that grip on the collar. Dylan's very sneaky, so in the meantime, he starts to make a grip on my belt. Oftentimes, Dylan will let people almost pass his guard because he knows with the grip on the belt and the grip on the sleeve, he can continue to turn into me until he reverses into side control. But I know Dylan's game pretty well, so as soon as he makes those grips, I know I have to be very cautious about the way that I'm gonna pass. With that in mind, I look to transition into a knee slide. I bring my hips high, and as I try to enter into that traditional knee slide position, Dylan's making it really difficult for me to try and bring that leg down to the mat so I can slide all the way through. As I bring my knee down, Dylan starts to control my sleeve, and he switches his hips to the other side, so I think about going to the quarter mount so that I can maybe try and go for a gift wrap. In the meantime, Dylan starts to get his frames, and he looks to recover into half guard. Now he starts digging for an underhook. I know I'm going to be in big trouble if I let him have it, so I fight my way back to the underhook, and I look to go for this nice little armbar. I keep sliding my leg all the way through until I'm able to lock up my Kimura grip and enter into my standard armbar position. From here, I want to free my trapped leg so that I can have a little bit more leverage to start pulling the armbar. My bottom leg is also trapped underneath him, so I'm working to scoot out to try and bring that leg out too. In the meantime, Dylan starts to turn into me. Now initially, I don't think this is a big deal because I just want to go for the belly down armbar, but now I'm in a much less advantageous position. I'm trying to put a little bit of pressure on that arm, and in the meantime, Dylan's just waiting for the opportunity to pull his arm out. He's quickly able to free that arm, and now he's looking to pass. He looks to step over that outside leg, and I keep my shin as a frame just to buy a little time while I scoot back and recover my half guard. I'm able to recover my half guard, but things are about to go south for me really fast. Dylan starts to drop some heavy pressure on my knee shield. He's looking to clear that frame and knee slide all the way through. Even worse, I have no underhook. So as he begins to walk to the side and drop pressure on me, there's really nothing I can do. I keep a grip on his belt here so I can follow him as he walks to the side, and I do my best to keep some sort of frame just to buy a little bit of time while he passes. When he goes to put his knee on my belly, I'm able to snatch up his foot and I lock up my half guard again. This was honestly just very lucky for me. Now that I've recovered my half guard, I look to get my underhook back and I get up on my two knees looking for my favorite half guard sweep. Dylan gets his whizzer, and I pray to all the gods out there that he doesn't Uchimata me into the next life. Thankfully, instead of going for the Uchimata, he tries to go for this guillotine, and he snatches up a grip on my head looking to bring me back. I realize that this is something I need to address, so I try and sit back and get rid of the guillotine grip. As I look to sit up again, Dylan does a good job of bringing me back, and he starts to enter into that same knee slide position as before. This time, he has a grip on my sleeve, which is not good for me. Instead of knee sliding into side control, he opts to go for the quarter mount, and now I'm in huge trouble. From here, Dylan looks to start setting up his submission options. He's initially thinking about going for an Ezekiel. He drops his head to the mat, and he looks to make that grip on the inside of his sleeve. I feel that this is coming, so I keep my chin tucked and I do my best to not allow that hand in over the neck. Dylan then abandons the Ezekiel and he starts looking to isolate one of my arms. He pins my bottom arm to the mat, and I'm doing my best to free it, but I know if I use my top arm, he's gonna gift wrap me. So as soon as I feel him start to control that top arm, I pull it out. This position is really not good for me, because at any time he can go for a key lock on the bottom arm, and if I look to defend with the top arm, he can go for the gift wrap. So I have to be very cautious here, but at the same time, I'm trying to open up his knee, create a little bit of space, and push him back into my half guard. A task that is a lot easier said than done, because every time I go to control his knee, he pushes my arm back down to the mat. We spend the next 40 seconds with me fighting for my life here. It quite literally feels like there's nothing I can do. But nevertheless, we persist. I keep fighting. And that's one of the things I like about Jiu-Jitsu. Even if we're in a really bad position, we can't just quit and give up. We keep working until we find a solution, or maybe our training partner submits us and we have to start over. But either way, we get better by learning how to deal with different challenges. Now let me hop off my soapbox and back into the commentary. Dylan briefly tries to drop his head to the mat and he looks to kick out his hook. Seeing that I'm on my side exposing my back, he looks to switch tactics. He pins that bottom arm to the mat and he looks to lock up a tight gift wrap. I know that he's going for the back take, so my goal here is to scoot in and get my back flat on the mat. In the meantime, still trying to push his knee into my half guard. He brings his head back down to the mat here, still looking to drop heavy pressure onto me, and then once again tries to kick his hook out. It's taking every ounce of energy here for me to squeeze my legs as tightly as possible to prevent him from kicking that leg out. I take one last-ditch effort to swing back into him and enter into my half guard. I'm able to successfully recover here, and I look to open up his lapel and feed it to my other hand. I see that his leg here is close enough for me to grab it, so I underhook the leg and I look to off-balance him by pushing him forward. But Dylan has a really good base, so it's really difficult for me to try and push him over. I try a second time, but he starts to walk that leg away from me. I look to sit up with my underhook and I try and shuck his whizzer by, but he does a good job of bringing me back down to the mat and we end up back in quarter mount. Forget everything I said about enjoying challenges, this is not fun for me. This is one of those times where I reflect on the fact that I pay for this experience. I'm just kidding, guys. I spend the next 20 seconds of this round trying to recover my guard best I can, and right here as I try to frame the knee and open him back up into half guard, I have a glimmer of hope. A light which is quickly extinguished as Dylan brings me back one last time. From here, Dylan looks to start attacking that arm again, and thankfully, time runs out. Thank you so much to Dylan for allowing me to film this round, and Coach Caitlin for filming. And thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying this content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!